Oh, hey, welcome back. As many of you know, I'm kind of a chopper head, so I was just sitting here trying to figure out how I wanted the 72 iron head to look when we put it together, and I think I've kind of got it. Hey, welcome back and thanks for joining me. I'm so glad you could make it. It's raining out today and I really had no particular place to go other than to get out and burn up some miles on the road. But what I did have is a lot of administrative stuff to do online and dealing with some photographs and stuff. I also wanted to really start putting in some thought about what we're going to do with the 72 iron head that I've been talking about building. And I'm kind of reaching a tough spot where I need to figure out if I'm going to start putting money into the iron head or if I'm going to do the Joshua Tree trip. I'm not really sure I can do both of them this spring, and it tears me up because I really want to do both. I'd like to do Joshua Tree on the 72. That'd be awesome. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm almost leaning towards putting together the iron head and just postponing Joshua Tree till fall. There's enough to keep me busy throughout the rest of the year, and there's always places to ride that aren't necessarily the beautiful, amazing California desert. I don't know, if I have to pick one, at least for the spring, I think in fall I'll be caught up. But if I have to pick one to prioritize, what do you think? Leave me a comment. But speaking of choppers, much like my beautiful rendition, next week is the Congregation Vintage Bike Show up in Charlotte. And they've graciously offered to give me press access, so I'm going to come up with the camera, take a bunch of photographs, take some video, and I'll definitely bring you along for that. In the meantime, because I'm not out riding today, I wanted to give you something. So last year I went up to Charlotte for the Congregation show. And my original intention was to go up and shoot photographs. But by the time we showed up, there were a lot of people there, and I just wasn't getting what I wanted. I got a few, but not as many as I wanted, and not the kind of picture I wanted. We're going to rectify that this year. I didn't even go up shooting video because at the time I wasn't really pushing the YouTube channel, and I wasn't thinking video at all. But what I did do was to shoot a vertical. At the time, I was really experimenting with Instagram stories, and I wanted to play around and see what I could do with a minute worth of video. And I actually shot a number of them last year, and they're fun. They're very low stress, very low pressure, and from a creative standpoint, it's just fun to mess around with. So what I thought I'd do is let you look at the vertical minute that I posted last year, and it may give you some idea of what the Congregation show looks like and what you can look forward to next week. So that was just a glimpse of the show. If you like it, give the video a thumbs up. I will say that Instagram videos and really shooting that vertical format is actually kind of fun, especially if you keep your videos really short. It gives you an opportunity to be creative and get some different angles and start thinking in terms of video without having to do this huge epic movie. Editing is really simple. If you shoot video and you haven't done that kind of thing yet, I'd recommend that you give it a try. Vertical videos, it's kind of an adjustment, but once you start doing it, it's kind of fun. And of course, it's a different artistic outlet. So I would highly recommend it. If you're a video person, you should give it a shot. See how epically creative you can get with it. So really looking forward to the Congregation show next week. I would definitely suggest that if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel so you make sure you don't miss it. And if you're up in the Charlotte area on April 14th, I believe it's April 14th, you can look it up online. Actually, I'll leave a link to it below so you can check out the show. If you're up in the area, I would highly recommend that you drop by and see it. And if you see me wandering around with a camera, Stop by and say hello. I'd love to meet you. I appreciate your time. Thank you once again for being here, and I will see you next time. Thanks.